Yeah. Okay.
So now look at the watch.
However you do it. There's no judgment. Child's pose. Stretch your arms forward, back, however it feels good in your body at this current moment. Drop your seat back. Good. Take a deep breath in through your nose. A loud exhale breath out through your mouth. Do that again. Chin away from the chest, from the forehead to the mat. Inhale through the nose, full. Exhale everything out through your mouth. Great. Seal your lips and see if you can begin to focus on ujjayi breathing. Inhale through the nose to the back of the throat. Exhale through the nose to the back of the throat. Think of a little straw that you're kind of sucking the air in and out. And personally, what I try to do is I try to exhale a little bit more. And I find that sometimes that helps support the inhale. And that links that inhale, exhale. Lengthen from your low back all the way through the crown of the head. If your arms are forward, as most of yours are, slide the fingertips more forward and spread the palms wide. Make a connection. There should be a lift of your forearms up off the ground. Good. Couple more cycles of breath. So if you feel like your brain is all over the place, just quiet it. Come back to this space. For the next 60 minutes, you get to just do this. It's pretty cool. Press up onto all fours into tabletop position. Stack yourself up here, shoulders directly over elbows, elbows directly over those wrists. Curl the toes into the mat to begin. Sink the spine down and look forward. Good. Exhale, round the spine deeply and look in. So just make some basic movements here. Sink the spine down and look forward. Great. Round the spine deeply and look in. Just like that. Inhale, sinking the spine down and looking forward. Exhale, rounding the spine deeply and looking in. One more. Sink the spine down, look forward. Exhale, round the spine deeply, look in. Come to a flat back tabletop position. Let's neutralize. Good. Walk the hands a little bit more forward. Just a little bit more forward. The toes are curled into the mat. Lift the knees up and hover them. Yeah, so hover the knees up off the ground. Draw the pit of the belly in and up. And then slowly start to lift your hips up and back to your first downward facing dog. Now, as the hips lift, you may find the hamstrings a little tight this morning. So you can start by just keeping those knees a little bent if that helps you. Plug the thumb, the index finger, the baby finger down into the mat. Firm up the sides of your triceps. Let the shoulders move away from your ears. And then pay a little bit more attention to your feet. Spread the toes wide. Feel the center of the heel as it starts to melt to the ground. Let your head just detach from the body. It's a good opportunity to do that. So what I call it is thinking a little less and feeling a little bit more. Good. Breathe those hips way up off those shoulders. Squeeze that. There you go. Yeah, try that. Squeeze that and see how that feels. Good. Even if the legs are bent. Yep. Roll forward to plank. See if you can keep that there. You may need to walk it out a little. Hug into the center line. Shoulders over elbows, elbows over wrists. Make sure when you do this, you're leading with your chest, not like jutting your head forward. Good. Stack it up. Bring your weight forward more onto your tippy toes. Contract the inner and the outer thighs and draw the pit of the belly in and up towards the back of the spine. Hold here. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Just focus on the breath and the sustainability of holding the pose, utilizing that breath. Inhale through the nose. Quiet your mind. Focus on the breath. Hold. One more big breath in. Hips go up and back, downward facing dog. Good. Breathe those hips way up off the shoulders. See, that helped. Now we'll take it out and see if you can do it. You don't want to let go of it. She liked it. She was like literally gripping. She was gripping her inner thigh so strongly. Roll forward plank. Drop your knees down, everybody. Bring your weight forward towards me. Lower halfway to a supported push-up. Elbows slide by your side body. Keep your neck neutral. Re-straighten your arms. Pause. Again, halfway supported push-up. Re-straighten your arms. Good. One more. Halfway supported push-up. Nice. Re-straighten your arms. Lift the knees, plank. Hold your plank for a few breaths here and slightly bend your knees. So it looks like this. So you're in plank and your knees are bent. Keep the neck neutral. Good. Then lift the hips up and back, down dog, and then see if you can straighten out your legs a little bit more. Good. One more time. Roll forward plank. Drop the knees down and kick the heels up this time. So it's going to look like this. Yeah, halfway to a supported push-up. Straighten the arms back up, supported plank. So use your core, halfway supported push-up. Straighten the arms, press back up. Halfway supported push-up. Straighten the arms, press back up. Unlatch the feet, curl the toes, lift the knees. Bend your knees a little bit, hold. Draw the pit of the belly in and let your shoulders pull away from the center line of your body. Now tighten up the legs in plank, hold here. Hips go up and back, down dog. Breathe your right leg up and back, three-legged down dog. Point your right toes. We did not coordinate with our colors in here today. It is like a cast of characters. Normally everyone comes in, they're wearing black. I think everybody in here is wearing a different color. Come forward, hug your right knee in. Give it a good little squeeze. It's kind of funny. Give it a nice little tight squeeze. Step your right foot forward and through into a low lunge. Be on your fingertips. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yeah, everyone's a little cranky here. Be on your fingertips and let's spring to the top of the mat in one piece. Start with your feet hips width distance, guys. Long spine on the inhale breath. Don't force this. Hands can just come to your shins. Long spine, look forward. Exhale, fold into yourself, let it go. Do that again. Inhale, long spine, create some space in your body, but more importantly in our minds. Exhale the breath, let it go. Root to rise, come all the way up. Drag it to prayer, drop your arms. Arms go straight up towards the sky. Dive over, bent knees, forward fold, let your head go. Long spine sets you up. You're going to take two big steps to get you back to plank. One and then two. When you arrive in plank position, lower halfway to a push-up that suits your practice this morning. Keep your neck neutral. Revisit plank. Good work. Hips go up and back, down dog. Breathe your left leg up and back, three-legged down dog. When you lift the leg, lift from your inner thigh. Let's get the music going. Point the toes, come forward, hug the knee in. Give it a good little squeeze. Look forward with your eyes. Step your left foot forward and through. Be in a low lunge, but pause for a beat. Begin to feel. You want to feel the length and the strength of that back right leg. So that's the psoas beginning to release. Then come to your fingertips and then see if you can spring to the top, feet hips width distance. Long spine, hands definitely can rest on the shins. Exhale, fold. Again, long spine. If they're resting on the shins, press into them. That's great. Weight forward. Exhale the breath, fold. Root to rise, come all the way up. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. So just like that, arms go straight up. Dive over, bent knees, forward fold. Let your head just go. Long spine to prepare. Step to plank. Halfway to your push-up, whatever works best for you. Maybe it's a baby push-up. I like that, Laura. Good. Revisit plank. Hips go up and back, down dog. Breathe your right leg up and back, three-legged down dog. Come forward, hug your right knee in. Step the right foot forward and through. Bring to the top of the mat. We're just picking up the pace, but doing exactly the same thing. Long spine, fold. Root to rise, come all the way up. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. Arms go straight up. Dive over, bent knees, forward fold. Long spine to set it up. Step to plank. 1, 2. Halfway to your push-up. Hold your push-up, neck neutral. Plank position. Good, Chrissy. Hips go up and back, down dog. Breathe your left leg up and back, three-legged down dog. Come forward, hug your left knee in. Give it a good little scooper-dooper. Step the left foot forward. spring to the top, long spine, fold, root to rise, come all the way up. Drag it to prayer, drop your arms. Arms go straight up. Dive over bent knees, forward fold. Long spine to prepare. Step to plank. 1, 2. Halfway to a push-up. Up dog or cobra. A little more forward there with your hands. Yep, a little bit more. There you go. Hips go up and back, down dog. So think like if your thumbs were to hit the lower floating rib, kind of the spot. Okay, look where you want to go. Let's step or float to the top of the mat. Long spine, fold. Roots to rise, come all the way up. Drag it to prayer, drop your arms. Here we go, arms go straight up. I think I see the Eagles in the Sphere, right? Dive over bent knees. I don't know that many of their songs. Long spine, prepare. It probably. Step or float, chaturanga. That was good. Up dog, pull it through. Hips go up and back, down dog, much better. Let's link it all together. Look where you want to go. Step or float to the top of the mat. I think the hippies just make the environment more fun. Long spine, fold, root to rise, come all the way up. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. Let's keep going. Arms go straight up. Dive over bent knees, forward fold. When you dive, bend your knees more, guys. There you go. Long spine, set it up. Step or float. Step or float through your vinyasa. Halfway to your push-up. Up dog is smooth. Hips go up and back, downward facing dog. Guys, roll forward to plank and drop to your knees. We've done this before. I'm just going to show you a little trick. Take your blocks, place them this direction, okay, at the top of your mat, about shoulder width distance apart. Yeah. Fingertips are going to go right behind the blocks. Step into plank. Okay, yep, this is a good little trick. You may need to bring the blocks in slightly closer if your shoulders aren't super wide, okay? You're gonna lower down so your shoulders rest on the blocks. Of course, you can do this with the knees down, okay? Neck neutral there. That's it. Now, straighten your arms, plank. Lower down onto the blocks. Shoulders drop onto the blocks. All the way down if you can. It's okay. Straighten your arms. One more time. Halfway to your push-up. Straighten your arms. Hips go up and back, down dog. Even if your shoulders aren't coming all the way down onto the block, it kind of just gives you an idea of the alignment. Good. Breathe your right leg up and back, three-legged down dog. Good job. Come forward, hug your right knee straight in. Step the right foot forward and through. Yeah, move the blocks out of the way now. Walk your right foot just a tad to the right, everybody. Grip your right hip in and rise crescent lunge. Crescent lunge. When you come up into your crescent lunge, if you feel locked up in your lower back today, which unfortunately, as we live our lives, all sorts of things happen in our lower back. So a couple things you can think of. So when I say locked up in lower back, if it feels tight, kind of stiff and tight, you're welcome to just kind of tip your torso a little bit more forward. That could be a very small movement, or soften your back knee. Both of those options could work. Arms can also open any direction that you need, okay? And then just find a spot that you can focus and maintain. Sit heavy in that front thigh. Feel the weight in that standing right heel. Bring your arms forward, only your arms, not your torso, just your arms. Wrap your left arm underneath your right arm. If that's not a smooth sailing thing for you, just give yourself a little bear hug. Step up into eagle. So regular eagle at the top of your mat. Your left foot does not need to wrap all the way around your right calf today. What we do need to focus on is bending our right leg. Bending our right leg like we're sitting in chair. Good. Steer your knees a little to the left and upper body to the right. Weights in that standing right heel. And you're squeezing everything down the center line of your body. Unravel just your arms, but keep your legs bound up for another breath or two. Unravel your left thigh and step back into warrior one. So guide your left foot back and take a nice juicy stand. Warrior one. Hands to the earth, plank position, halfway to a push-up. That works for you. Up dog is smooth, or cobra if that suits back better. Hips go up and back, down dog. Breathe your left leg up and back, three-legged down dog. Come forward, hug your left knee in, squeeze it in. Look forward, step the left foot forward and through. Low lunge. Walk the left foot to the left. Yep. Rise, crescent lunge. Where is your breath? You kind of pin that breath in. Weights in that standing left heel. Arms come forward, just the arms, not the whole body, just the arms. Wrap your right arm underneath your left arm. If you think you mixed it up, don't worry about it. Just wrap whatever feels like it hasn't been wrapped yet. And then step up into eagle. Yeah. The trick with eagle is that you want to bend into your left leg as much as you can. So think of your left leg being in a chair. Looks good, guys. Don't get so caught up on the foot hooking around the calf. That's kind of just extra baggage. Weights in that heel. Rather than yanking the elbows down, lift the elbows up. And then squeeze everything down the center line of the body. Look forward with your eyes. Keep the legs bound up for a beat. Unravel just your arms first, and then unravel your right leg and see if you can guide it back into a warrior one. So the proprioception of stepping back is what we're looking for. Hands to the earth, plank position. When you hit the plank, decide what you need today. Maybe a little less push-ups for some of you, maybe a little bit more. I don't know what's going on in your body or mind. Up dog. Hips go up and back, down dog. We're going to piecemeal that all together. Look where you want to go. Step or float to the top, land light. Long spine, fold. Let's sit together in our first chair pose. I know you're really excited about it, so we'll take it on. Feet can be together or separated, totally up to you. Weights in your heels, regardless of how you're doing it. Shoot up to stand up, drag it to prayer, drop your arms. Here we go. Arms go straight up towards the sky. Heavy in your heels for chair. Dive over, bent knees, forward fold. Long spine to prepare. Step or float through your vinyasa. You pick. Up dog is smooth. Hips go up and back, down dog. Land your right foot forward. Turn your back foot strong. Root to rise, warrior one. A little wider. Yeah, there you go. Hands to the floor, plank. Add or subtract what you need. The up dog is smooth. Down dog. Guide your left foot forward. Turn your back foot sharp. Rise, first warrior. Hands to the floor. Vinyasa of choice. Up dogs. Hips go up and back, down dog. Arms are straight. Look where you want to go. Step or float to the top. Let's just loop it. Long spine. Fold. Chair pose. Shoot up to stand up. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. Let's keep it going. Arms go straight up. Heavy in your heels. Chair. Sit way down into chair. Dive over, bent knees, forward fold. Long spine sets you up. Step or float through your vinyasa. Smooth transition through your up dog. Hips go up and back, down dog. The right foot lands, the back foot turns. Together we rise, first warrior. To the floor we go, chaturanga. Subtract it if it's too much. You just take out the push-up or the back bend, or do more if you're Kelsey. Down dog. Left foot forward, back foot turns, rise. I don't want to stop you if you're feeling energized. To the floor we go, chaturanga. Up dog is smooth. Hips go up and back, down dog. Arms stay straight. Look where you want to go. Step or float to the top we go. Long spine, fold, chair pose. My mom's probably not listening to this playlist. This is right up her alley. We've got Traveling Wilburys on right now. I'll make sure to give this to you. Shoot up to stand up. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. Here we go. One more. Let's do it. You guys look a lot better than when you started. Arms go straight up. Yeah, I'm going to be very honest. You look alive now. Chair. Dive over, bent knees, forward fold. Long spine to prepare. Step or float through a vinyasa. Up dog is smooth. Hips go up and back down dog. Right foot forward, back foot turns, rise, first warrior. To the floor we go, chaturanga. Take your vinyasa. And then step the left foot forward, first warrior. Root to rise. Feel the outer blade of your back right foot press, and that's going to get that back leg to contract more. To the floor we go, chaturanga. Nice, Danielle. Up dog pulls you through. Hips go up and back, down dog. Now you stay in your down dog. Down dog, pulls. All right, here we go. We're going to step our right foot smack in between our hands. We're going to anchor the back foot and circle open to a warrior two. Warrior two. Yeah. Breathe across the front line of your body. Yeah, you notice sometimes in this pose, you'll favorite the right arm to the left. Yeah, you really want to sit. You want to sit straight down into the pose and then roll your right thigh open, anchor, and then close your eyes and just feel. Feel the shoulders drop down the back and feel your right thigh roll to the outer blade of that right baby toe. Wherever you start to feel tightness in your body, know that it's temporary and see if you can breathe across the tightness and create a little bit more space for yourself. Rather than gripping the floor, spread the feet wide. Flip the palm, reverse the warrior. Reach way out and you're going to slide your hand. I like to use a block, guys. You can go high, low, medium, or high, outside of foot for your A variation. Top arm straight up, and we're just going to carry it right up and over today. So modification here is to rest your arm to the top of the thigh. Yeah, some days you get here and your hip just feels tight. Good, but what we're looking for is the inside of the right arm and the outside of the right leg making a connection. Grip your right hip in and turn your right ribs from right to left. Take these ribs and turn them. There you go. And then when you do that, you have to grip your right hip under, which makes the pose more challenging. Okay, Kelsey, it looks awesome. All I need you to do is come to the fingertips of your right hand because your right elbow is a little hypermobile. So soften it. Your elbow, soften it a little. There you go. Whatever you're feeling is temporary. Use your breath and help your breath will help you in the pose to stay a little longer. Straight line of energy from the outside of the left foot all the way through that left arm. Warrior two, come on up. Warrior two. Circle it to the floor, vinyasa. Chaturanga push-up, if you got it in you today, the up dog or the cobra. Hips go up and back, down dog. Step the left foot smack in between the hands. Turn the back foot sharp. Cartwheel open, other direction. Warrior two, same deal. So all we're doing is just taking it pose by pose and just working on the basic things that need to happen. Lengthen the tailbone, grip the left hip in, spread across your body in the warrior two and see if you can find symmetry, which is, almost virtually impossible because from right to left side, we're going to have differences. We just work on it. Just how it is. Close your eyes and just go inward and let your body just feel, have the experience. Flip the palm, reverse the warrior. Let your side body get open and then reach way out and slide your hand to the outside of the foot. Yeah, So you can go low, medium, or high with the block, or your arm to the top of the thigh. Good. You want to roll the left hip open, and then if you can, the right arm's going to wrap up and forward, and you're going to get this really awesome side body opening. And then check back in. Left ribs have to turn. Yeah, that was a good nod. Come to your fingertips, and that's going to get you out. Yep. Grip your left hip in, and then breathe. Stay with it. A little more breath, a little more energy, a little more space in your mind, and then your body is going to respond. Warrior two, come on up. Warrior two. Circle it to the floor, plank position. Halfway to a push-up. Up dog is smooth. Hips go up and back, downward facing dog. Step your right foot smack in between your hands. Turn your back foot sharp. From the ground up, you're going to find your triangle. So all you need to do is anchor that back foot, and then anywhere across the front of your right shin, you spread open. It's kind of like you're peeling your chest open. Yeah. Apu, you got sweat in your eyes? We need to get you a little sweatband. Watch your right shoulder, everybody, that it doesn't wrap forward. You want it to slide down your back like a side plank. You can use a block, of course, outside a calf. Let's bring it back a little bit right here. Take your right hip and grip it in, everybody, and turn your right ribs. Look down and step up into Ardha. Your left hand can simply just come to your hip if you feel like your balance is going to be an issue today. The block moves a little bit forward, enough that your side ribs are long. So if you're near the front Amira, you may need to scoot back just an inch. Your right foot has a tendency to want to turn in. That's just the nature of our right hip. And then it's like a big yawn. You're yawning it open. Stack it up. Always pay attention to the right knee. You want to make sure you're not hyperextending it. To soften a little behind the right knee and grip your right hip in. Add in anything that feels appropriate here. And then you settle in. If you are kicking, the kick goes behind you. If you're not kicking, do not worry about it. Just keep it really basic. Stay with it. A few more breaths. Left hand to the floor. Square your hips. Step your feet together. Long spine on the in. Exhale the breath, fold. Chair pose. Chair pose. There's some sound effects. Chair pose. Drag your hands to prayer. Inhale your breath. Hook and twist towards me. You don't have to twist. You can just air twist. What we're paying attention to is your feet, your shins, your knees, that everything's lining up, that the entire left side of the body is not wrapping forward. I went heavy with Petty today. Yeah. I think I was listening to Sirius last night in one of my many drives. Chair pose. Chair pose. Come right out. Drag your hands to prayer. You're going to do it again. Inhale the breath. You're going to twist and go again. Same direction. Same direction. Yep. Same direction. Yeah. Watch, guys, that hip is swinging. So drag your hips back. We're not holding for long. We're just kind of finding it, maintaining it. Good work. Chair pose. Come back out. Good. You're going to sit all the way down to the floor. Yeah, thank God. Or not. Claw the mat with your fingertips. You can use the blocks. If this helps you, then do it. The legs are going to lift. Yeah. You can always keep a little bend in your knees when we work with this kind of stuff. It doesn't have to be pinned straight, okay? You're going to lower to a low boat, and the hands can stay on the blocks. The blocks may have to move a little forward or back. Now, the legs down closest to the floor, hovering the floor, is going to be the most intense. The neck stays neutral and the lower back spreads. If this does not work for you, you just pick a height for your legs. It can be straight up towards the sky too if it's too intense. Okay, so we're going to drag the block back, bend your knees, shoulders draw down the back, and you pull back up. You got it? Slide the blocks forward, low boat. Slide the blocks back, high boat. You're going to have to do the high boat with knees bent. Slide the blocks forward, low boat. Slide the blocks back, shoulders drop down the back. Cross the ankles. You may need to use the blocks to pull yourself back out. Chaturanga. Or may not be so pretty. Up dog pulls you through. Hips go up and back, down dog. Step the left foot forward. Triangle from the ground up, other left foot. Left foot forward. Triangle from the ground up. When you find your triangle, keep in mind that you are creating a series of triangles in your body. So some of us that feel a little better in the pose may find a longer positioning, a bigger stance, or maybe the opposite. Maybe it feels better to have a tighter, shorter stance. Regardless of the stance, you want to feel that your side ribs are elongating you, your feet are supporting you, your inner and outer thighs are tightening up. And then you reconnect with your breath, because the breath is the support of it all. If we're not breathing, we're only going to be in the pose halfway. Look down and step up into Ardha. Your right hand can come to your hip if that helps you out. You got it. The left foot forward, the left hip gripping in. I think working out before is good. Yeah. You lift heavy shit, then you come in here. Connect. Add in whatever it is that works for you. Maybe just keeping it simple today is what you need. Simplify it. You don't have to bind every time you come. You don't have to do the most advanced thing. Lift from your inner right thigh. Stack it open. Looks good, Danielle. Kick behind you. Looks really nice. Nice work. If you bound, just release the bind. Right hand to the floor, square the hips. Step the feet together. Long spine on the in. Exhale the breath, fold. Sit into chair. Weight moves into your heels. Drag your hands to prayer. Inhale your breath. Let's hook and twist towards the mirrored wall. So you're going to take your right elbow in the direction of twisting towards the left. That's it. Weight stays in your heels. Watch the right knee. Good. You don't have to go so deep. It's about being efficient in this pose. Weight stays back. Spine stays long. Good. Pull back to chair. Pull back to chair and recommit to the pose. Sit a little deeper. Drag the hands back in. Hook and twist. Go into it again. This time when you go back into it, see if you can really kind of find a little bit of space in that spine. Watch the right knee, that it doesn't slide past the left knee. Chair pose, pull it around. Shoot up to stand up. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. Good. Stand on your left leg. Bring your right leg up into a tree. You ever do it like this? Instead of just bringing your hands to prayer, press your right hand, kind of like you're in extended side angle. Stretch it, the left arm up, and do it this way today. Yeah, you can add any other arm after you do this. Right arm up. Quiet your mind. Let your shoulders drop down on your back. All right, we're gonna have a little fun. Drop the right arm back down. You're gonna reach down and you're gonna grab your big toe. So it's gonna look like this. This may be where you stay today. Okay? If you can extend the leg out at an angle, give it a whirl. The left arm can drop down. The leg can be bent or the leg can be like this. There's many different ways to do it. You can grab the side of your foot. I think that's in the rule book. Exactly. Fine. Who cares? You do you. Ankle to knee. Extend the arms up, sit deep. Flex the foot. Reach all the way out and then come down. Yeah. So essentially just recreated all of those poses standing up. Yeah, use blocks. Perfect. Yeah. So this is the trick, guys. When you're in ankle to knee, even if you're super duper flexible, it's very helpful to have the blocks up high. When you sit down, you kind of caddy the block so your front shin becomes a little ledge, and then the foot that would be your right foot has to wrap around the outside of that left tricep, and then you lead with your chest, and the weight stays back in your heel. Five more breaths. You're going to come up nice and slow. Try not to let your right foot touch. Hands to your hips, then hands to prayer, and then right leg lifts up. And then you just step down and stand and let it go. All right, so there's a series of things happening here. Let's just start basic. Okay, stand on the right leg. First, the left leg goes up into tree. And we'll take the tree first with the arm down and then the right arm up and just see how that kind of feels in the body. And then let the left arm drift up if you can. Shoulders drop down the back. Good. So you can reach down. Maybe you grab the big toe. Maybe it's the inside of the leg. Maybe it's the side of the foot. You're going to reach down. It could stay like this. It could stay like this. You could begin to kick out on an angle, and then the right arm's going to drop. The leg can be bent the entire time. The leg that you're standing on has to be straight. Draw your lower belly in and up. Flip your right palm up. There you go. Two more. There's kind of a hooking in of the hips. Ankle to knee. So the leg comes forward. You have to cross the ankle over the top of the thigh. So before you just go into it, guys, arms up, sit way back, and then drift your torso way forward. So you're making this figure four. Before you do anything else, flex your left foot very, very strong. Then set up those blocks kind of on the inside and see if you can flex the foot. So you really get yourself set up to get this hip opener. Your left foot flexes strong around the outside of that right tricep. And then look forward with your eyes and breathe. And if the foot starts to kind of slide off, you're welcome to just kind of manually adjust it. Come to the fingertips. Slide your hands to your hips. Let your right leg support the left leg as it comes up to stand. Lower the left foot down, feet together. Great. Separate your feet hips width distance. Right foot's going to stay where it is. Left foot's going to drift back. Right hand's going to stay on your hip. Left arm's going to extend up. After doing that, this feels really good. Reach way out and set up for twisting triangle. So today, if you want to experiment, bring the block a little bit more forward and right hand come, yes. Right hand to the flat part of your back and then peel open if you're able to. Other hand, Laura. The legs are great. You're just going to switch the hand. Yeah. So now the right arm opening to the sky is definitely not for everybody. So if your shoulder feels a little junky today, it may not be. Natalie, switch legs. Now you're back in biz. Okay. Perfect. That looks great, guys. Yeah, hand can just stay on the flat part of the back. It's not always meant to be. You know, if you sleep crawled up in a little ball or you didn't sleep at all. I don't know. When you say you don't sleep, I think you do sleep, but it's like really weird. Like you have to fall asleep. It just feels like you're not sleeping. Two more. Okay, we're gonna have a little fun because you guys look like you're having so much fun. Take the hands down onto the blocks. Okay, bring the blocks a little bit more forward, just a little bit. Claw the mat. Now you're gonna transfer the weight into that right leg. You're gonna lift up into a standing split like this. The hands a little bit more forward. Bend your right leg a lot. Let the shoulders draw down the back. So I want you to focus on right knee bent and your core gripping in. And then your shoulders dropping down the back. Hold there, breathe. Come to the fingertips, long spine, create space, and then land your feet to the top, hips width distance. Long spine on the in. Exhale the breath, fold. Root to rise, come up. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. Left leg stays, right leg just steps back. About 3 feet. Left hand on hip, right arm extends up. So the back leg trumps the posture, guys. You're going to really root, reach way, way out. And you'll notice the hand directly on the shoulder, you can actually move it a little bit more forward today. And that's going to give you more action. Yes. The hand down, you begin to twist to the left. Do you feel that more in your back leg? You just want to make sure the back foot's not popping up. So if you feel like it's popping up, yeah. Perfect. Breathe. Hand can stay on the flat part of your back if the arm's not meant to be up. So you get to the posture, you hold the pose. So now you guys know the transition. So you're going to go right into that standing split. Use the blocks. Blocks a little out in front of the toes. Line it up with the toes. And then lift up. And then just drop that right leg up. Left leg's going to stay bent and the right leg's going to lift. Kind of scoop in your core. Yeah. Let the head drop down. Two more. Different transitions, so don't step to the top of the mat. Giant step back with your right leg. Move the blocks forward, plant the hands, step back plank. Lean on your right hand, Vashisthasana, side plank. Modify if you need to. Yep, stack the feet, stagger the feet. Top arm straight up and over, add a tree. Think about a tree. Plank position. Scooch that left hand forward and find your way to the other side. Yeah. Stack it up. I stagger the feet. I like it, but you could stack the feet. You could drop the bottom knee. Laura, turn your right toes more towards me. It's going to give you more support. There you go. And then that got that hip set up for you nicely. Looks good. Stay for a few more. Plank position slow. Transitions are important. Move slow. Chaturanga push up. Halfway down. Peel yourself through an up dog. Hips go up and back, downward facing. Right foot forward, crescent lunge. Here we go. Last standing pose. Yay. Drag your hands to prayer. Lean way out. Hook the elbow and let's twist. If your legs feel kind of saucy, you can drop your back knee down. What's important here is that your stance is pretty long. Yeah, you need your back leg very juiced up so you can really find it. If you're not hooking, that's fine. Just stay a little bit more up and just think about mimicking the pose by twisting a little. Grip your right hip in. Looks good. Zip up that back leg and bring more weight forward. There's a little lean back action. Yeah, looks pretty good. Looks very good. More breath, guys. Less suffering, more breath. Plank position. Chaturanga. You got to get them in. Up dog. Feels good. Hips go up and back, down dog. Left foot forward, crescent lunge. Rise. So your hands drag to prayer, guys. When you come forward into the pose, the trick with the posture is you want to lean way out, like you're going to go to warrior three. Then when you hook, your elbow sets up nicely to the outside of that left leg. And then your spine stays very long. And then you'll remind yourself not to sit back in your right heel. You want to bring your weight forward, crown of the head, then leans in towards it a little bit. So your heel and the crown of your head line up. Two more. Plank position, slow. You're halfway to the floor already. Make it seamless. Chaturanga push-up. Up dog is smooth. Hips go up and back, down dog. Slide your right knee forward for a half pigeon. Melt yourself into the half pigeon. Stay for a few more breaths. Okay, you're going to come up, lean on your right butt cheek, and swing your left leg forward. Okay. Right hand's going to go behind your back. This is called sail pose. It's a cross between a side plank and a back bend. You're going to press up and back. You got it. Exhale the breath, lower down. When you hit the floor, bring your right knee forward and the left foot's going to come around and you're going to sit down into Ardha Matsyendrasana, seated spine twist. Some days just hugging your leg is going to give you that kind of piriformis stretch. Left hand, make sure, Kelsey, it's close to the base of your spine. Inhale the breath, you want to sit up really tall. Exhale the breath, you're going to look over the shoulder and twist. Come around to center. You're going to counter stretch, go the opposite direction. Good. You're going to come back to neutral. You're going to grab these blocks. Yeah. The feet are going to set up here. You're going to go into a little reverse tabletop using the blocks. You have to kind of walk the feet out. Reverse tabletop. Pressing your hands into those blocks. Yeah. So make sure the blocks are wide enough, Jody. Because you're going to slide your seat back. It's going to look like this. And you're going to flex your feet. Shoulders drop down the back. Good. You're going to bend your knees. You're going to lift up into reverse tabletop. Slide your seat back. You're going to flex your feet. You're going to lift one foot. Lower the foot. Bend your knees. Lift up. Slide it back. Flex the feet. Lift the left foot. Lower the left foot one more time. Lift it up. Reverse tabletop. Lift it back into reverse into the little thing, and you're going to lift up both feet if you can. Lower it down, sit. Woo, cross the ankles, step or float, okay. Chaturanga, or more of a just get back to a dog. Up dog pulls you through your body. Hips go up and back, down dog. Slide your left knee forward, half pigeon. Left side, half pigeon. Good stuff, guys. Great practice. Enjoy the half pigeon. Few more breaths. Good. Come up nice and slow. Lean on your left side and swing your right leg forward. So it's like a little tree. It's the left hand behind you. You always want the crease of the wrist to face the back of the house. Good. Inhale the breath. We always try and move on the exhale breath. Turn your right toes in on an angle. It's going to help, and reach up and back. So from the big toe all the way through the fingertips, see if you can drift kind of up and back. Exhale the breath, start to lower, come down nice and slow. You'll sweep your left knee forward, so if you can, or the leg can go straight, and then the right foot bends in half. Just make sure you're not sitting on this foot. This will be the left foot. Right hand at the base of your spine, you got it. Sometimes just giving the leg a hug is enough to get it through that, the driving seat painful butt pose that we get from driving our children around. It's called your piriformis. Inhale the breath, exhale, look over the shoulder and twist. Come back to center, go the opposite direction. Come back to neutral. You're going to actually set up Baddha Konasana. So this is a personal preference. Some of us like it with a tighter or a longer, wider. So sometimes it's more of a 5-point star and you stay more, or the legs can come in closer and you can just sit upright. So upright and closer, or more forward and you can fold. Either way, you have to see what feels better. You never want to be tucked, really. No. So when you sit up like this, you just want to think about posturally that you're really sitting up and that your legs are your feet are pressing together. If you're folding and rounding. Yeah. You could try both. See what you like better. Good. You'll pull your torso up. You're going to grab your block. You're going to set up your feet here. You're going to lay down on your back. You're going to lift your hips up for supported bridge. Everyone's going to put a block today underneath, maybe the medium height. We can change it in a minute. Supported bridge with your low back on a block. Yeah, lay down first, Jody. There you go, and then lift the hips. The right leg's going to lift up towards the sky, and you're going to take ankle to knee like this, flex the right foot. Yeah, so I don't want to do it today where we're straining our lower back or a risk of doing that. I really want to make sure that you're staying in the hip and staying grounded. Pam, how does that feel in your back today? Fine. Okay, good. Because the other day, the block underneath was a little funky. Re-extend the right leg up and then bring it back down to the ground. You're back in a supported bridge. Then lift the left leg up and then cross the ankle over the top of the thigh. And you want to focus on a strong flex like we did standing in the standing version of this. Right. And kind of breathing that left thigh open. Yeah, you want to make sure the block isn't kind of digging into you. You have to find that sweet spot with it. Re-extend the left leg up towards the sky, and then bring it back down to the ground. And then if you want to extend the legs up towards the sky for a supported shoulder stand, if you want to switch the block around to a higher setting, totally up to you. Some of us feel good on this medium setting. Some of us need to take it up a little notch higher. And then the legs will lift. And if you're on the skinny setting, the arms can wrap around that block. And then there's a kind of catting of the shoulder blades. So from this pose, we're going to drift into Shavasana, and I'm going to guide you in. So if you'd like, you can close your eyes right now, and I'll just tell you what to do when the next thing needs to happen. You can always soften behind your knees here if it's too intense. With the eyes closed, bend your knees softly, and then halfway and slowly with your eyes closed, let your feet drift to the floor. Once the feet get down to the ground, pause. Lift the hips up slowly, remove the block. Slowly let your low back settle. And then slide your legs out and set up from here, Shavasana. Let your feet go wide, maybe something underneath your legs if you need the support. Close your eyes. Big breath in. Complete full exhale breath out. Arms up over the top of the head for a full body stretch. Hug your knees in towards your chest. Give them a big squeeze. And rock up however it feels best in your body today. If you prefer to stay down and finish that way, that's cool. Sit up nice and tall in this newfound body and just feel. It's amazing because when you come and you start the practice, you always feel better. Even if you felt good to begin, you always feel better. So appreciate that. Hands come to prayer for a kind of sealing of the practice, and we bow our heads. And we always have gratitude because it is the best attitude. Together we lift our heads, open our eyes. Namaste. Have a blissful day and hydrate yourself. We got it steamy in here. Part of your hip flexor. Hip flexor. Today. So you probably lead with that arm, that leg.